It's now time to meet our next set of finalists. First up is Non-Spec, that has created a fully adjustable, low-cost prosthetic limb system. Please put your hands together for Nilay Desai from Non-Spec. Nilay, you know you have 5 minutes. Your time starts now.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Nilay Desai, and I'm one of the co-founders of Non-Spec. We have developed a low-cost, durable, and adjustable prosthetic limb which can be deployed anywhere in the world for under $20. Currently, there are about 4.2 crore amputees worldwide. The vast majority of them live in developing countries. In India alone, there are going to be 6 lakh new amputations this year. Out of those 6 lakh amputees, 3 lakh, yes, 50% will pass away within the first 3 years. The main cause of this being a sedentary lifestyle coupled with diabetes. So our group went into studying what was causing this drastic change in lifestyle. When we started talking to the clinics, the major concern was there was this huge gap between when an amputation took place and when a patient was fit with the device. Some patients were spending upwards of 9 to 10 months not being fit, not because the doctors weren't available, but simply because there wasn't enough time to fit every patient. Even for the patients selected to be fit, it took multiple visits across several over a week of time to do so. For such patients, this wait was untenable. They weren't able to make money and they weren't able to sustain themselves. Even for the doctors, this was a problem because each device was being custom made and the time consuming process means that they are only able to fit a few patients a week. Now imagine a scenario where every amputee gets access to reliable, low-cost prosthetic when they need it. That's where we come in. Non-Spec has developed a prosthetic kit system which speeds up the process of fitting a prosthetic by over 15 times. We're able to do so because of our easily adjustable prosthetic pylon which can rapidly change shape to meet the requirements of the patient. Currently, we're able to fit a limb in under an hour. What this means is a patient can be fitted within his first clinical visit and we skip past the multiple waitlisting for months and the multiple visits. We are different from the other low-cost devices in the market because we are ISO compliant, which makes us marketable worldwide. And unlike anything else out there, we offer our patients the ability to adjust the device on their own without needing any new component. Our devices offer a comparable energy return and strength to weight ratio to the high-end devices on the market, which are worth thousands of dollars. At full production scale, we'll be able to manufacture a device for under $1 and we can sustainably sell it for over $20. And this number is affordable to over 80% of the world's amputees. We're able to keep this cost so low because of our expertise in design and manufacturing. Upfront, the devices have been designed to be injection molded, which means we can crunch out 100,000 of these every single year. By 2016, we've had our patent issued as well as built out the capability of in-house ISO testing our devices. In this quarter, we'll be ready with our injection molding units, which will then be officially testing for ISO certification. By mid-2017, we hope to be in pre-sales. As you can see, we already have patients who've been walking, cycling, and farming successfully using our devices. And we are in the process of fitting more to ensure that a device works well in a clinical environment without the need of any special tools or training. Our goal is to fit shoulder to fingertip and hip to toe prosthesis at an affordable cost to the patients around the globe. Thank you for your time and I welcome any questions.
Well, first of all, congratulations. This is great and hope you have more success. Two questions. One is just wanted to understand how many people you've kind of fitted and what is the acceptance from the, I know that you're saying it's ISO, but are there other standards around FDA or CE or etc. that you need to satisfy? The second question is, you said that fundamentally the bottleneck in the market has been the ability of the right fitters, or people are, their doctor hours are limited and like people wait for 8 months. So what is the skill level and the training required to fit this?
Right. So let me answer the second question first. The doctors at this point are taking a huge time to make the devices. Currently, the patients come in and tell them that they need a device. After that, the clinicians basically go into the manufacturing mode and make the device. It's a waterfall method. Once the device is done, they try to fit the patient with the device, and then they see if it fits, it fits. And if there is an issue, they have to start all over again. Instead of that, our devices are pre-made, and we sell this in a kit form in bulk to the clinics. And whenever a patient comes in, they can just take the measurements and make the device then and there and fit it to the patient. And sorry, what was your first question again? The FDA compliance, right? Yes. So yeah, our devices are FDA and ISO compliant. What this means is, what the prosthetics, below-knee prosthetics want is that it should handle a certain amount of weight, and it should be able to walk a certain amount of steps. So our device, on our device, we've done digital as well as bench top force testing, and our devices can handle 500 pounds of weight, and it can walk for a million steps, equating to a 4-year lifespan. But we obviously tell our patients that you should only be changing it in 2-year span because of wear and tear.
So I have a couple questions. It looks like the IP was developed at US universities, and the India team is trying to focus on distribution and reach and so on.
Yes.
So tell us, what is your model of how you get this to more more people and clinics? Yeah.
So right now we have contacts majorly in Karnataka and Maharashtra. So we are trying to sell in bulk to these clinics, and once we have a large enough proof of concept, we are taking these devices, this idea, to the larger NGOs, the Red Cross Society. We had a conversation with Red Cross Society last year, and the way this conversation went was, okay, we like your product. Can you give us 15,000 units of these? And we were like, whoa, I think we're a little bit early for that. So we are currently building up to manufacturing that, but once we are through our clinical trials and everything, that is our major channel of distribution.
Okay, and the second question, I've seen other low-cost prosthetics.
Yeah.
It looks like you have something unique in your patent.
Yes,
so
it's patent, yeah.
Tell us more about what your patent covers. What is the unique aspect that it covers?
Right. So our patent is on the adjustability of the pylon. Basically, this pylon can be adjusted to a 4-year-old kid. That's the age when you start getting a prosthesis if you are disabled. And then the same pylon can be fit until he's 18 years old. Basically, this keeps on growing along with the patient. So it has a lot of threads. So it can shrink up to 4 inches, and it can expand up to 12 inches. So that's the adjustability of it is the patent that we have, the utility patent on. And we can do this for upper body limbs as well. That's why we say that we can do below the hip and below the shoulder.
While you have a patent, can you talk to us about competition? What does the competition do, and what are they priced at? Is this product just not available otherwise, other than you guys, or what did people do before you guys came in?
Yes. So before that, you must have heard about Jaipur Limb. So that is one of the best low-cost devices out there, most popular at least. But the problem with them is that they are not ISO compliant. So NGOs like Red Cross Society, and they won't go near something that is not ISO compliant, FDA compliant, right? And with the thing with Jaipur Limb is that it was built, manufactured in 1975, and it hasn't seen a lot of innovation since then. What we can do better is we can give proper energy returns on the device. When you walk, the Jaipur Limb gives you a feeling of it's sinking a little bit, so it becomes a little bit difficult to walk. But our devices give the energy returns which are in the 90 to 95% ratio of carbon fiber prosthetics, which are worth thousands of dollars.
We have an audience question.
Yeah, you spoke about injection molding,
Yeah.
that is what you're using for manufacturing. So one of our audience members wants to understand, do you think there would be other processes which could be more cheaper? For example, 3D printing, which is being
Right.
used in quite a few things. And is it possible to 3D print it?
The thing with prosthetics is that it has to have heavy shock absorption properties to meet the ISO standards. And the thing with 3D printing is the layer by layer construction does not give it the best quality in terms of strength. And that's why we've chosen injection molding at this point. But of course, as 3D printing becomes more commercial and less expensive, we can obviously look to avenues like this. But at this point, injection molding is the best avenue.
All right, thank you, Nilay. A huge round of applause for non-spec.